Good evening, guys. So, I'm getting a lot of questions about court today. Um, Rather than keep answering emails individually, I'll just go ahead and do a quick video for you guys. I'll send this over to my son and have him put it up over there. And when I get a minute, I'll put it up over here. Anyhow, the short version is this. We have a subpoena pending in Deer Park that they are refusing to comply with. We are asking for some emails and reports and other stuff. They're fighting. Why would they be fighting? Hmm. Guess there's something they don't want us to see. We're gonna find out. Um, Basically, all we did today was get a reset. We are now almost 5 months into this, and the grand jury has not indicted me yet. Um, and just so there's a lot of confusion on grand juries, and especially if you're in another state, you don't understand how Texas grand juries work. So I'll give you the rundown here. Typically, when somebody is arrested on a felony charge, not a misdemeanor, felony charge, uh, the grand jury will get the case within 30 to 45 days, and they'll either indict or not indict. They'll no bill you, which means no true bill, you're kicked loose, or they indict you and you go to trial. Harris County, for some reason, has not taken this case to the grand jury yet. They reset today for another 2+ months, which is unusual because they will typically have you in court every 30 days. So here's how grand jury in Texas works. The district attorney controls the grand jury. Now, grand jury has nothing to do with you being arraigned on a criminal charge, other than they don't really do it until after you're indicted. I'm not doing a good job explaining this, so I'll go back to that in a minute. So let's go back to the grand juries. Focus on the grand juries. Grand juries are controlled by the district attorneys. Your lawyer does not get to go in and present any evidence or testimony or any of that. The district attorney comes in, he controls what the grand jury sees, what the grand jury hears. So he may have a stack of paperwork this tall that says you're innocent, and one piece of paper that says it's an allegation. And he will only has to present the one piece of paper. He can put up whatever he wants and not give them whatever he doesn't want. Now, they do allow our attorneys, to create packets of information. For instance, if you had a polygraph or another witness statement that's not in the main file, stuff like that, and you can give that packet to the district attorney and request that they provide it to the grand jury. They don't have to do it. Some will do it, some won't do it. So it's hit and miss. And how much effect that a packet has on the grand jury is hit and miss. You just don't know. This is where the old adage about district attorneys could indict a ham sandwich comes from. You can voluntarily go to give testimony to the grand jury. However, you don't have an attorney for that, and anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So most defense attorneys don't allow it. They'll tell you don't do it. And that's how the grand jury works. So at this point, my case has not gone before the grand jury. So I have not had, and I've had a charge read to me. However, I am not officially charged until the grand jury indicts or doesn't. At this point, I was arrested on a probable cause warrant that wasn't even signed by a real judge. It was signed by a paid magistrate, basically, not an elected judge. I think that is a bad thing. I think that is a really bad thing. You guys are familiar with the Tuttle case. That was done in a similar manner. They went to a, just a hired lawyer who they call a magistrate, not an elected judge who has accountability to the people. I don't think that is a good thing. Regardless, some people have asked me if I'm going to do a plea bargain or whatever. No. If I'm indicted, this case will be going to trial. It's that simple. If you're guilty, you plea bargain, you make the best deal you can. There's no shame in that. There's no crime in that. It makes the system work faster, and a lot of times you'll do a lot better with that than you would if you went to trial. If you're guilty, there is nothing wrong with that. If you're innocent, you fight. It's that simple. You fight, and hopefully you win. I mean, we get a lot of innocent people sent to prison in this country, so fighting doesn't always mean that you're just because you're innocent you're going to win. But I personally, I've pled guilty to things before when I did them. If I didn't do it, I won't plead guilty to it. I don't believe in it. That's just me. Your mileage may vary. So, yeah, I think I covered everything. Reset today until August the 28th. They say that the case will go to the grand jury soon, was the only answer that we got. And I think that's it. Now, there was a gentleman hiding in court today, didn't think he was seen. Nobody else showed up. I had one of the independent guys from around here that I know that did show up, and he kind of hung around for a few minutes. But there's a gentleman out there saying that after I left the courtroom and my lawyer left the courtroom, that he went up and talked to the district attorney and blah, 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 blah. So let me explain something to you. I don't know if you guys have ever been to court in Harris County, but you don't go through the gates unless you've got a lawyer with you or a cop with you. You don't get anywhere near the district attorneys. And if you try going through those gates, you're going to end up getting tackled by the deputies. That's just how it is. They don't allow people to just walk up to the district attorneys and talk to them. It doesn't work like that. And also, my assistant DA that's handling my case is not female now. The female was removed for the case for whatever reason. And the current district attorney is a male, not a female. So somebody running around saying, I talked to this female district attorney that's handling his case. No, didn't happen. Also want to say thank you to everybody that has stood by me through this, and everybody's had my back. I appreciate that. Believing in me, it means a lot to me. For those that don't and are saying that they're just going to wait for the documents to come out and see what happens, hey, that's fine too. It's okay to be skeptical. But then there's that group that wants to convict you before any evidence has been shown. As a community, we've seen how cops lie. And for people to just believe the police in this matter is ridiculous. And then their other thing is, well, it's not the police. It's your daughter said this. Okay. Did she? I don't know. I guess we're going to see, huh? If you believe that, you keep right on believing that. Unfortunately, the Morton Act prohibits me from releasing documents at this point, but they are coming, and they are very damning of the police, very damning of Shell, and they're pretty much self-explanatory. And I can't wait to get these documents out. I'm not asking anybody to believe anything I say. Believe what's in the documents. How about that? And I'm sure all the Manson Merb cult will gain access to the documents too. So there won't be any cheating on the documents. I'll have the originals and I'll post them. and we'll see. We'll see what's what. All right, guys, that is it. That is the update. And if anything else becomes available, I will give you a holler. I do have some videos upcoming, so keep an eye out for that. And I will see you guys again soon. Y'all be safe.